What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we are talking about this season's ritual / pinnacle weapon, the Last Rite legendary scout rifle. Now, in the past seasons, we've had the Ecliptic Distaff, Velis X, Cry Mutiny, Chain of Command, Reckless Endangerment, that's a shotgun, Ascendancy, the rocket launcher, Null Composure, Salvager Salvo. So we've had plenty of banger weapons that have come from the ritual playlist. So our Gambit, Crucible, as well as our Vanguard strikes. Once you level it up to that level 16, you're able to claim it from all three of those vendors. So you can go into your favorite activity to get this legendary scout rifle and our ritual weapons in general, which come out every single season. Now, I want to talk about this weapon compared to some of the others, go over PvP, PvE side of this weapon, and kind of give it a rating compared to our other weapons at the end. But I will start out by saying this thing definitely not one of the best weapons that we have got from the ritual side of the game, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. So we'll get right into it first with the perks on this bad boy. So right here is the bad boy itself, the Last Rite. For our perks, we got the full bore, which gives us that decrease in stability but increase to range. Ricochet round, which helps us bring back that range slightly, as well as give us that increased stability. But the stability over there, you can see, is at 27, so it still kind of sucks in that realm with a handling masterwork. If this was stability, I think this weapon would be just a little bit better than it is right now. Now, for our double perks, we got the combination for PvP for keep away and opening shot, so that improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of an attack, which we do have a couple other scout rifles that are exactly like this. The long arm, which is up on the screen from the dungeon, the Spire of Watcher. This thing feels a little bit better in my opinion than the Last Rite. And then obviously we got the DMT for the exotic, which is basically the exact same thing and is crazy good in PvP still. Scout rifles in general in the kinetic slot aren't that great for the PvE realm, but I did bring in some options that I personally like and use in both our energy and our kinetic slot, so I'll go over those as well. But this thing with keep away opening does feel pretty average, as you saw in the gameplay. You can get on some streaks, especially if you're hitting those headshots with this thing, and you can just annihilate guardians if you're playing in that rift and passive as a warlock. Definitely is how this thing is meant to be played. As soon as you get in that mid-range, you're definitely getting smoked easily by hand cannons, pulse rifles, SMGs. So this thing is definitely meant to be played very far back and kind of passively, and just waiting for people to pop out into lanes that are sniping lanes, longer ranges. Disjunction, very good for this scout rifle. Now, for the PvE realm, we have Reconstruction, which I actually really like on this weapon, as well as Focused Fury, so dealing half the magazine as precision grants a bonus damage for this weapon. The shot count is reset whenever it is reloaded or stowed. And then Reconstruction is super nice because with the overflow, we're getting about 30 shots in the magazine on this, so it is very nice. And that procs with Focus Fury based on the original count. So when you're sitting there, you can kind of keep it out because Focus Fury is still procced with Reconstruction. It'll slowly reload and you hit those 7 headshots, and then you can get all the way with those extra 23 because of Reconstruction. Do some crazy stuff with that. But we do have better options for the scout rifle in PvE for both kinetic and energy, so we'll go over those in a second as well. Now, one of the cool things about this weapon is it does have 4 of those origin traits, which I will say the long arm from the Spire of Watcher dungeon has text balance stock as well, so that kind of makes it similar in that aspect. But we also have Vanguard's Vindication because we can get this from Vanguard, Crucible, as well as Gambit. We're going to have those 3 origin traits, Quiet One from the Crucible, and then Gun and Run in Gambit. So this thing is special in that aspect, but it's just like all of our ritual weapons come with these 3 and then its origin trait of whatever that may be. PvP. So this thing very, very average across the board in my personal opinion in all menus, PvP, PvE, and we do have a lot of better options for both of those categories in my personal opinion. Some of those options that we have is a new weapon from this season. Really like this Reconstruction Hatchling. I know this is Strand, still in our Kinetic slot. Hung Jury, Rapid Hit Firefly. This thing is definitely better than our last Rite in the PvE realm. We have Tears of Contrition. Now this can be good in both PvP and PvE, especially since it's craftable. We have the Terra Axipos. This right here is my PvE one, but the PvP version with Kill Clip is also very, very good in my personal opinion. Mida Multi-Tool, DMT, both of these are absolutely way better than this inside of the Crucible. This thing still reigns supreme. It's absolutely nasty with that hip fire, and just in general, this thing hits and is easily the best scout rifle inside of the Crucible in my personal opinion. Now in our Kinetic slot right here, I should say energy, sorry, Duma Chelch's, Vouchsafe, Ashira's Embrace, the Trustee. This and this you can now craft. I just haven't got mine, but Reconstruction Opening Shot. I would like Reconstruction Incandescent. 4 times the Charm Explosive Payload. This is absolutely nasty in PvE. So is this with Firefly Dragonfly. Little overkill, but I love this thing. As you can see, leveling it up, I got 1,300 kills on it. So I personally think there are a lot better weapons than the last Rite in all the slots for both PvP and PvE. So I would kind of throw this thing at like a D tier weapon if I'm being completely honest about the last Rite. Probably our worst pinnacle weapon / ritual weapon that we have ever gotten, especially since we have that long arm from the dungeon, which is basically the same thing and it feels way better, as well as DMT, the exotic version, which is absolutely way better than this inside of the Crucible. So definitely not worth the grind, but I know it's pretty easy to get, especially if you just go on an extra week that it's given extra Crucible ranks, extra Vanguard, extra Gambit ranks. Going in there and just crushing out a day of playing is pretty easy to reach level 16 and grab the weapon every season. But this one, definitely you can let slide if you're not feeling the season, in my personal opinion. Y'all will have to let me know what you guys think of this weapon, but in my personal opinion, like I said, giving it a big old fat D. Definitely not worth it, but that's just my personal opinion. So let me know what you guys think. I will catch you guys in the next one. Got some fun builds, Doomfist, Vespers, Gile Feckins coming out, so be on the lookout for those. I will catch you guys later. Peace.